chairperson of the program. They were presenters. Almost 6 people did their presentation here today. Listen to them. I was on the way to go, but I requested us to wait and see the presentation, give some suggestions to them. I listened to their presentation, starting with our Dr. Sivakant debate, geographical, geopolitics and strategy, point and relation between Nepal and India through cultural links. By doing all those things, today we talked a lot about the relationship between Nepal and India through different subjects, starting from geopolitics, strategic relationship. Probably he didn't announce, but there is a lot of questions in international diplomacy these days, talking about the Indo-Pacific and a lot of relationship in political science. And we have a lot of issues in Nepal. And when I go around the world, there's a lot of discussion. When I was in China, Chinese people have a lot of discussion. I was teaching there for 1 year. They have their different versions. When I come down to South Asia, there is a different version. And we look into it. But Nepal, what I would like to say is Nepal is a sovereign nation and has its own principle based on this Panchashri. We believe in the NAM, non-alignment movement, believe in SAARC charters and UN charters. So we are neutral to anyone, but we are a sovereign nation. But very practically talking to you, Nepal has a very good relation with India, and through, as you have already explained, from the ancient time to medieval to modern Nepal and India, so a lot of things. And Professor Sudhakar Lal Srivastava explained the historical sketch of the relationship between Nepal and India through his, this experience of historiographical relationship between these two nations. And what I would like to say that the 21st century belongs to Asia. It belongs to the diversity of civilization of Asia. It belongs to the diversity of culture of Asia. So leaders of Asia should lead the 21st century world. For that, Nepal and India should go together, sit down together. If there are any things, then we can solve the problems. But generally, the question is, being a two nation, of course, there should be some problems sometimes come out of that. But we have to sit down and solve it through diplomatic channel. The diplomatic channel is the one way through which we can solve our problem. But we have to open to each other. Nepal should be open to India and India should be open to Nepal. And Nepal has no interest to provide this land against India. It's huge. We cannot imagine. Nepal is only has its own interest to protect its own sovereignty, its own foreign policy, its own principle of Panchashri. Therefore, in fact, the relationship between Nepal and India is not through a diplomatic from ancient time to today, it's from people-to-people relation. We are the exchange of marriages from the 6th, 7th century, especially Lichidikal in Nepal and Magadha, in India. They got married to each other, and then, is a very famous Sita and Ram and Buddha, Shivaji, all these things we know today. Therefore, the question is, some of the Brahmins from India, they went to the Changunarayan temple of Bhaktapur. I read it. It's very interesting that. Still the temple is there. Even if you go to Pashupati temple, the Mulvata is from India. So these are the things that we are culturally bound together. We are historically bound together. We are psychologically bound together. We are bound by our language. The language we speak belongs to two different categories, but it belongs to the same root language, to Sanskrit. So we have a Sanskrit, the root of origin of our language. And genetically, I talk in morning, we're also very close to each other. There is a lot of things to be about it. We know that there is a very clear relationship, but we still need to confirm who is one of the 126 ethnic groups is very close to who is one of the many ethnic groups in India. This is the question of the 21st century. Because we can reconstruct history in the 21st century. If the history was not written correctly, we have to correct and rewrite it. The rewrite of the history can be done through the use of the genomic knowledge, through the use of our scientific knowledge. Today, most of the judicial systems, they depend upon the DNA system. They use it, right? They give the verdict. It's very much stable data. Sometimes the data depend upon culture and religion. Sometimes they are not so much stable data. So the data which are very stable can be obtained and achieved through our genomic analysis and molecular investigations of our original people. So that we have, last time I had a lot of discussion with a professor from Oxford. When I was at Tokyo University, I was doing a lot of research on ethnogenomic sciences, the origin of the people in South Asia. And I have a lot of, phylogenetic analysis as well as there is a lot of models of origin of people in Nepal and India. And at the same time, my interest is how to use this genetic data to make the genetic vaccines in order to treat the personalized medicines of the people with specific disease in our region. That's my interest. What today Americans are calling, they call it the precision medicine. I call it the individualized medicine. I call it the population-based medicine. We can develop. There's a lot of room for biotechnology. There's a lot of room for genetic science. There's a lot of, but this what should we do? Because our universities should work together. We have to have an MU between and among the universities of Southeast, especially India. I am having this kind of thing these days. Recently, I had a lot of visit in South India, from Bangladesh to many universities in India. We are having a lot of MOUs. Through that, we can develop some common course of study related to history, culture, religion, so many things. So we can develop even in political science. Why do we worry about it? I am a student of natural science, but I love politics. I love politics. Without politics, we can't do anything else. Politics is very important. Therefore, the question is, from this sixth presentation, have depicted the historical root of the relationship between Nepal and India. And these are people-to-people relations. There are so many matrimonial relationships as well as, so there are so many academic contacts. This Banaras was a political asylum as well as academic asylum for many Nepalese people. And then people from there, the leaders of Nepal, they got their asylum in Banaras. Later on, they started to movement of democracy in Nepal. And the BP Koirala and this rest and so many other leaders. And later on, during our movement to establish the democracy in Nepal, there was a lot of support from India. Therefore, the question is whether you talk about politics or culture or religion or philosophy, all these things are together. We have a common shared philosophy, common shared culture, shared religion, shared tradition. Everything is shared. So why don't you share the commonality about the benefit in this to come for our new generation? Therefore, the question is, our young generation should be taught this kind of things from a positive perspective, from the positive vibes. And another thing is that Southeast and Nepal, these are the center of yoga, and meditation. And Astanga, and these are very important things. So when I saw around this city yesterday, when I came, everywhere I saw a lot of quotations and things based on our religious scriptures, a lot of things. So tomorrow, what can you do is that today there is a lot of problem for the people in the western part of the world. We can use our philosophy based on yoga. We can use our philosophy based on meditation. We can use our, this Oriental philosophical, this foundation to explain the issues of the problem. All these things should be included in the course of study so that our young generation can learn in Nepal and India, so that they will be the ambassador themselves in the days to come to consolidate the relation between Nepal and India. With these things, thank you so much for your invitation. Okay, and what I'm again putting in back is that our universities should explore the truth of our relationship, through which we can really apply. And with your hospitality, care and love, We'd like to thank from my University Midwest Student as a Vice Chancellor and my team, my registrar and my president who are here. People going to Nepal, we'd like to thank you once again. Then in the days to come, we'll have a lot of collaboration through YAPU. So that will open the way, then we can have a relation with so many academic institutions. Our schools, for example, humanities, social sciences, management, education, law, science and technology, engineering, medical science, agriculture, and etc. With this, we can really develop the very strong bond between our two countries. The young generation are the hope of the future. They should be the ambassador, they should be the public ambassador. Public to public relations is the very important. We should replace the so-called stereotype diplomatic relations set up by the government. Thank you so much.